Hello, Destroyer of Worlds here, the Pixel Dungeon VR guys. Today we're going to look a little bit at Holy Dawn. Right here, the lance goes on your back. Let's jump right into it. It is a rear weapon. Holy Dawn starts at attack 49, 4-star weapon, legendary of course. First thing we're going to do is upgrade this sucker all the way up to plus 12. Boom. 61. There we go. Plus 12 sets our lance damage at 80 damage. Notice that at top. Spear goes on our back, of course. And I'll go back here. Next thing we're going to do is go into our refreshes. So like I mentioned in my other videos, yeah, all weapons get regular legendary weapons, 4 stars, get pumped up to plus 12. Boss weapons go all the way up to plus 15. To get a boss weapon to plus 15, you need about 1,600 boss coins. And but we're just talking about Holy Dawn here today a little bit. So we're going to pump that up. And in my previous videos, I really talk about range really should be your main weapon. If you're using range, you have a huge advantage over anybody doing melee. You can always hit the monsters from a long distance. So that's why a Holy Dawn here is what we're talking about today. And I also kind of mentioned in my previous videos, really, for the most part, all 4-star weapons are really kind of about equal damage somewhat to all other 4 stars. So like, should I use this 4-star weapon over that 4-star weapon? It really doesn't matter. They're all kind of equal in that sense that you're talking about. What really matters and really where your damage comes from is from your refreshes. Refreshes down here. It's going to give you your stats on your ability, and ideally you want the max stats. That's really where your damage is going to come from. So for our Holy Dawn, so what we do here is we go to our little book down here. Up here, we're going to hit this little arrow right here, brings me to 4-star legendary weapons. These are ones you may or may not have, but this is every 4-star weapon. You also have your boss weapons, 1, 2, 3, 4, etc., etc. Go down and we find Holy Dawn. Here it is. You click on it. And what this tells you right here is the unique ability for that weapon. So this isn't the best ability the weapon can get. This is the unique ability the weapon can get. So this is what some other weapons cannot get. When we're talking about the Holy Dawn here, this one at the top is actually the best ability you can get. It explodes on thrown hit, dealing 80% AoE damage. You want that AoE damage, you want that 80%. So this also talks about how we can get 300 dash damage. Yeah, that can do more damage, but that's after every dash, and that's really something that you really got to get used to. Dash and then attack, dash and attack. Well, you're going to run out of dashes. What do I do then? Well, then I need 2 side weapons to recharge my dashes. Then you're talking about Ionic Edge, something like that. Maybe you can run 2 Ionic Edges, but at this point, again, we're really only talking about the damage of a 4-star Holy Dawn. So if you have Ionic Edges, you're probably not going to use your Holy Dawn anyways. So dashes really isn't the way to go. You're going to want as much damage every single attack that you can get. Again, this 80% throwing. Melee attacks deal 100% area damage. No, not good for Holy Dawn, because again, this is really meant for a throwing weapon. It's a spear. So next thing I want to do here, 3rd person distance. Give me 1 second here. Point of view. Hopefully you can kind of see this. So I want to, let's see, I'm going to flip it. Here we go. So I want to kind of show you, this is the Holy Dawn, kind of the speed as fast as you can throw it. So if you're in close to a monster, like a boss or something, you can really get it off quickly. But if we're talking about you're trying to hit something across the board, something's all the way on the other side of the map, you can see it still takes a little bit of time. You want to compare that just so you can see the comparison to my Ulfdom Lance from Ruins. So really the same speed. So speed-wise, the two lances are the same. The only, like, I'm gonna try to kind of get to a point to this, but really the only distance is like Ionic Edge, almost instant, all the way across the map. It's, try to get a good angle here, whole lot faster. And then if you use 2, which we have, I'm just not gonna equip it right now, you can get the damage out faster. So anyways, that is just kind of wanted to show you the speed of the lance there. So let's go back to it. Let's get to Holy Dawn. Now we are going for our refreshes. Let's see. First person. There we go. I don't know if we can kind of see this pretty well. Okay. Let's see. Yeah, alright. Yep. Here we go. Alright. Hopefully you can see right here. Okay, throwing damage plus 80%. If you can see that, we need that AoE. Gotta get that AoE. I'm gonna flip it down one more time, double check here. Yep, explodes on throw hit, AoE damage. Then we want 2 purple throwing, ideally is what we want. Just get back to this. Boom, refresh. Explodes on throw, 80%, weakness damage 40. So I don't like running with weakness damage. It does do a little bit more damage, but not all the monsters have weakness. Majority of monsters you're killing are just trash mobs throughout the whole dungeon that don't even have weakness. So weakness damage, not the way to go in my opinion. Melee attacks, again, we don't want melee. We do want that 80%, so I'm going to just apply for a second, but we're going to keep going. Weapon damage plus 8, don't want that. I have another video that's going to cover that. Throwing it AoE average. Weapon damage plus 4, not bad. Damage is normal, not bad. Better than what I have, so I'll apply it. And then I'll keep going. So every time you get one that's better than the ability you already have, you want to take it. So you apply it. And then you can still just keep going for the new one. If it's not better than what you have, then you revert. That's how you do it. Refresh. Melee. Nope, not what I want. Revert. So again, I'm throwing damage 80 is what I want. Then I want another purple throwing damage is what I'm looking for here. And I need that AoE damage. You always want that AoE damage. AoE. Dash 150, not bad. Let's see, weapon. Nope, still not what I'm looking for. AoE, 2 greens. That's junk. Melee. Melee. Nope. Melee. A whole bunch of melee going on. Melee. Damage. Nope. Throw hit 80, throw in plus 20. This is what we're looking for. So ultimately, this is, how do I say this? Weapon damage plus whatever. You always want to go for the percentage. It's always going to give you more damage. So apply. Again, so think of it. We have 80. We had, the other one was weapon damage. I think it was plus 4, even though it was a purple or whatever. So every hit I do 84 damage. 84 damage plus my 80%, or times the 80%, right? 84 and 80. So but the other route about it is instead of plus 4, I go down to 80 damage here, but every single hit is doing 80 plus 20, 100% more damage, which gives you more than if you're just going to do 84. And that's even a blue is beating the purple. So always percentage over the weapon damage. And again, I'm going, but hopefully they will update the DPS. I mean, hopefully they will make a DPS. I've already put that to the devs. Hopefully they'll put that in there in the training grounds so I can actually show you the damage over time and how much more damage we're actually doing on every single hit. 36. Keep going a little bit. 80's good. No, I don't want. I'm gonna melee. Thrown hit 80 dash 200. Not bad. Again, that weapon damage, not the way to go. Blows on the hit. Damage normal enemies and elites. So this is actually pretty decent. So we have 80 damage. Damage to normal enemies, which is the majority of the thing you're going to be attacking the entire dungeon. It's just these normal creatures. You got to get out of the way. So purple, percentage damage against them. Very good. And then blue, another 20 on bosses. This is a very decent Holy Dawn Lance ability right here. Again, ideally though, you want 2 purples here. You can get legendary, purple. That is what you want, and with all good abilities. So, kind of part of this video is just kind of to show you about how long it takes. I should have looked at my coins to see about how many coins you're going to throw at a 4-star weapon until you really get a really decent damage. Throwing, oh, not that. And again, right here, we're really just talking about the Holy Dawn. 50. I'm pretty certain I caught a glance at my coins at the beginning of the video, so we could just compare it to the end. Oh, shit. My bad. I did not mean to hit apply. I'm going to take this throwing damage. I gotta go get it again. Throw hit 80. Here we go. Melee no. Throwing 20. Throwing yes. Melee no. But again, that's better than what I just had. Okay. Throwing yes. Normal ability 30. Normal enemies 20. So yes. Again, very good stats. Not the best, but very good stats for Holy Dawn. Again, you absolutely need this throwing AoE 80% damage as your legendary. And again, here we have another plus 50% to normal enemies, which is the majority of the time you're doing. So apply, saving it. So in this particular case, this is good for you're using your Holy Dawn Lance to go all the way through the dungeon. All the way, killing all the normal enemies, getting all the way through. And then when you get to the boss, here's a chance where you can get to, then you can use your side weapons and set your side weapons to kill the boss. So again, very good stats here. Not bad. I might actually particularly keep this one. Again, not the greatest, but really like to show how it does in a video. So my next video, I'll link it at the bottom, is be going through the dungeon, just running this Holy Dawn. And see how it does. Again, Destroyer of Worlds here. Thank you very much.